Slippery, won't excuse me, please me, please. Believe me, can't be, cause I'm flexing raw wrist. You can bet on me. Hey, take the top, fuck.
Welcome to the Zono Sports Show, where you know Zonos. Now, big sports weekend, of course. It was a rainy weekend here in the Ville. What do we have here? The Kentucky Derby, I think. Yeah, the 143rd run for the Roses. The winner always dreaming. He was the favorite. Somebody that everybody said would win, and everybody bet their money on him. Obviously, of course, did take home a little piece of change. Poor Patch, the horse with the one eye, who had developed that when he was a colt. Did not win or come in the top three, but second was Looking at Lee, third Battle of the Midway. But did you see Thunder Snow buck at the start of that race? I mean, whoever bet on him, I'm pretty sure they were very salty. Now, I look at this entire Kentucky Derby weekend, and I will say I was a little bit let down because Oaks was rainy, really rainy. And yeah, it lightened up for Derby, but this is more so one of the colder Derbies that I've seen in my lifetime. I mean, they said the coldest Derby on record was back in the 1940s, so I was not wrong about that. But besides the run for the Roses and Tom Brady being in town, Big Papi being here, Jerry Rice, Guy Fieri, you name it, there was also a lot of other stuff going on. The NFL, a couple days ago, did you guys hear Jay Cutler's moving to the booth? To Fox Sports, Jay Cutler, Jay don't care about nothing Cutler is moving to the booth to talk about sports. Now, my question for everyone is this. Do people really want to hear from Jay Cutler on television, especially Chicago Bear fans? I mean, this guy, he can't be welcome back in Chicago or Denver, but he did get the job, so I'm sure they will do a few Broncos and Bears games. But I'm curious to see the response, mainly on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, to Jay Cutler this season in the booth. What will people think? Will they think he's really a color commentator or think he's just some guy who couldn't get on a team who said, hey, maybe I'll try that booth out like Tony Romo? But Jay Cutler, I don't know how this is going to go down because just judging from your personality, I don't think you're really a polarizing individual to begin with. So can you make me interested, more vested into watching a game? I don't know, but we shall see. You are an NFL quarterback. I'm sure you know a little bit. Now, in the NBA, obviously the Cavs and LeBron, they are on a tear in the Eastern Conference, not playing that much competition. The Eastern Conference has got to raise their level. But we could say the same for the West compared to what Golden State did, but I'll get to that in a minute. LeBron got the broom out on Toronto. Kyle Lowry even wants to fly the coop after they got done with him. He wants to test the free agency market. His quote's exactly, a ring, nothing else. A ring is what I want. Well, Kyle Lowry, maybe if you performed when it mattered in the playoffs and didn't always start off to a slow start, maybe your team would have finished up Milwaukee a little bit sooner and would have been ready to play LeBron and the boys. But no, you couldn't even handle Thon Maker and Antetokounmpo. So what makes me think that you're worthy to just make a statement like that? You sound like a guy who's ready to be a role player. Is being a star player too much for you, Kyle Lowry? Can you not handle the spotlight? Can you not handle being the savant in Toronto of the basketball court for their professional team? Y'all the North, right? Well, Kyle Lowry, if you do leave Toronto, let's hope you at least go to a team that's a contender. There's some are saying Philly. Can you help the process? Can you help move that along? Because this process in Toronto was a failure. So if you want to leave DeMar DeRozan high and dry like Russell Westbrook was done by Kevin Durant, then go ahead, be my guest. It's your prerogative, as Bobby Brown would say. Now, Washington got a handle on the Celtics. That's 2-2 series. It's tied, but did you see the 26-point run they went on? Boston did not score for 26 straight points by Washington. Seems to me that they've got some defensive problems on the Boston Celtics roster, but hopefully they'll get that ironed out. They got a game tomorrow night, just the Spurs and Rockets tonight. The Spurs are back. The Houston Rockets, they were back to bombing deep against the Spurs this weekend. 19 three-pointers in that game, and Pat Bev had the heavy heart. His grandfather passed away, only had 10 points, but his defense, that's all you really care about. If he's giving you D, that's all you need contributed by my man Pat Bev. But James Harden, he's back at it. He had 28. I fully expect the Rockets to come out tonight and try to take a 3-2 lead because they go back to Houston. And if they win tonight, Game 6, you can close them out in the crib. Do it, Houston. Can you? I don't know. Golden State keeps a broom as well. Sweep the Jazz last night, and it wasn't even close. They made a statement, beat them by 20 plus. KD, one thing to you too, my man. Stop running your mouth, because if you guys do win a championship, as I've stated previously, you will be the guy who's riding the coattails of Chef, Draymond, Klay Thompson, Andre, Iggy. So there's really nothing much more for you to say at this point except go out there and hoop. And this was a match made in heaven for you. Just get the ring and chill. What did you really do? What did you really add to this roster? I mean, they made it to the finals 2 years in a row without you. So you sound like a guy that just hopped on the bus and said, hey, can I get a stop to the championship down there? I'm riding with you guys. So if I were you, I'd be a little bit more humble, as Kendrick Lamar would say. TNT Area 21, y'all watch that show? After the game last night, there were Celtics up there, Celtic greats, Rondo, Kevin Garnett. You had Paul Pierce, Kendrick Perkins, Glenn Big Baby Davis. Now, these guys were all up there, and Chuck and Kenny and those guys, and Shaq, they did a good job of continuing to prod about Ray Allen and why he's not there. Oh, they're missing one. And they asked these guys, is there ever a chance that Ray Allen can reconcile with you guys? And Kevin Garnett simply said, yeah, well, hopefully time heals all. And Kendrick Perkins, normally the most subtle and most quiet guy of the entire group, he speaks out and says, but Ray's got to make that call first. And Rondo's got to be the one to set it up. That's what Paul Pierce said. So Ray Allen, it's a call to action. If you were truly the one who exiled yourself from this Celtics greatness, because you all did win a championship together, then you are the guy that needs to make the call, Jesus Shuttlesworth. You got game. He got game too, meaning Paul Pierce. He got game too, meaning Kevin Garnett. He got game too, meaning Rondo. All those guys balled out together with you to win a championship, went to battle with you. They're the ones who sent LeBron to Miami because he could not get past you all in Cleveland. So, Ray Allen, it's time for you to pull up your britches and pick up the phone, like Travis Scott would say. Now, MLB-wise, Matt Harvey is a mess. Did you hear about the man disappearing over the weekend? Did not show up to the ballpark. They go to his house. He said his head was hurting from golf Saturday morning. Didn't even show up to the baseball park. Matt Harvey, you've had so many injury issues. I'm wondering when the Mets are going to get rid of you. Because honestly, you haven't pitched like you did when you first came in the league from North Carolina. Where's that Matt Harvey at? Ever since you hurt your arm, you haven't been the same guy. And now, you're not showing up to the ballpark. Who are you, Derrick Rose? Is there something in the water there? Is there something about teams that wear blue and orange that we just don't know about? I don't know, but I do know that the Mets need to do something with you. I just hope Syndergaard gets healthy. And DeGrom, he needs to work on his mechanics because the man got taken a yard plenty of times last night, even though they won on Monday Night Baseball. That pitching staff's a mess. I know it. Everybody knows it. So, Mets, it's on you. Ball's in your court. NHL playoffs, the Washington Capitals take it to 7. I look forward to watching this game. I haven't caught any of these games because, I've been busy doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And I only got one TV. But can Ovechkin finally get past Crosby and go ahead and win his own championship? Because Crosby, he's opened the door. He left the back door wide open for Ovechkin. So all he's got to do with his teammates is climb right into it. And can they win Game 7? Well, we'll have to see. Game 7 will be at the crib. Can the Washington Capitals, can they get it done? Can they get it done in the phone booth? I don't know. Maybe they will answer the call. Next show, more juice from Zono Sports. Make sure you tune in. I definitely watch. I like when I see that people are watching the show because it just makes me want to keep delivering the heat and sauce every single day, every single time I do this show. So thank you for watching Zono Sports, where Zonos.